Alright, hi. Yes. New bandana as well as uh, this bandana. Hot pink. Ain't it pretty? And then like a lilac purple. I like lilac. I like the flowers as well as the uh color. Oh, also you good? Got it. Okay. Also this is episode 29, which means next episode, which will have the hot pink one in bandana on, is episode 30. So, yeah, that's amazing. And I'm already on 150 subscribers. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed already, could you please subscribe? Let's see if we can get this channel to 200 subscribers by the end of this year. I know it's a fairly big ask, but it's been like 2-3 weeks since I thanked everybody, like made a thank you video for 140 subscribers, and I'm already at 50. So I feel like it can happen. It's up to you if you want to subscribe. And like I said, it's free. You and all of that to subscribe. You if you like my content, do it. Also helps me grow and get out to more people who may like my content. I mean, yeah, but that's not why I'm making this video. This is why. As you may have seen from the short video, I kind of found a unfortunately dead groundhog, and that kind of upset me a little bit because it was purposely ran over. But yeah, might as well make the best of a situation like that. So, cryptid time. I'm by no means a comedian, but I like to try and make these videos funny and enjoyable because obviously I don't really have anything to use to edit these videos. So I try to do more educational as well as kind of funny stuff with this. But also, like I said, this is also interactive. So if you wanna comment down below what you think, I'll we can have a discussion in the comments about the animal, or technically cryptid, but cryptids are animals that have not yet been discovered, and cryptozoology's helped discover new animals, so it's confusing. But monsters, to be fair. But last we left, we were on California, and or we were starting on California, and the first cryptid of oh my god, how long is this? Jeebus. Okay. Yeah, I'll do 3. I'm not sure that's. But no, yeah, I'll do 3 cryptids. This one's called. Hold on. No, I'm good. This one's called Patty. When it comes to Bigfoot sightings, this is the granddaddy of them all, or more accurately, grandmama. There's a reason for that. But anyways, should continue. talking before I even mentioned it. On October 20th, 1967, cowboy Roger Patterson and his friend Bob Gimlin were riding quarter horses near Bluff Creek. Nearly 25 miles from the nearest town, Orleans, the men were looking for something legendary, and although they knew it was a Bigfoot hotspot, numerous giant man-like footprints have been found there in the late 50s. They were a bit surprised when they found it. Walking fewer than 100 feet away from the men along a creek bed amongst fallen trees and scrubs left from a flood in 1964 was something tall and hairy. Just what the two men were looking for, a Bigfoot. The sight of the creature spooked their horses. Patterson, riding in front, slid off his mount, pulled a rented 16mm film camera from his saddlebag, and began shooting. Filming nowadays, but okay. The creature took notice of the men and their horses, but didn't seem to care. The large ape-like beast was... Of course it is. I was just about to mention this anyhow. But thank you. Thank you, Buck. Sorry, let me catch my composure real quick. Okay. Okay, I'll explain it why I'm kind of laughing after I read it, but yeah, that was it's just funny. Anyways, where was I? Began shooting. The creature took notice of okay. The large ape-like beast with obvious breasts kept ambling up the creek bed, swinging its arms. Okay, there we go. That's how you know it's a female. What I want to know is, why do they make such a big deal about it? Is it because that's like the only good footage of a Sasquatch is a female Sasquatch? Or like, what? I mean, I know that part kind of helps distinguish that means if there's a female, there's probably males, so there's breeding groups or colonies, whatever. We still don't know. Families. I mean, you never know. But why do they make such a big deal about the female Sasquatch? That's what I want to know. Is it because all of the other sightings are deemed to be male Sasquatches, so the females are more rarer and all of that, or what? But I just laugh because I've seen Finding Bigfoot. They've mentioned it. I've seen in other books. They've mentioned the chest area, pretty much. This book's mentioned it. I've seen multiple videos that mention it. I mean, yeah, I know it's a female, but we can all tell it's a female Sasquatch. Granted, people say, oh, that footage is faked. No, it's not. It can't be. Because the time it took place, there is no, and I mean there is no good, like, gorilla or monkey friggin' costumes. And it ain't no stop motion. You could tell from that time if it was stop motion. So that was a genuine Sasquatch sighting and recording. People who say it's fake are just making up stuff. But in Bluff Creek area, or um yeah, or just Bluff Creek area in general, there's been multiple sightings there. So you're gonna tell me that Sasquatch is faked, but all of these other sightings are possibly real? Because you're not gonna tell someone what they saw was fake. You can't. That's first of all not right, but also you have no proof. Of course, some of the people have no proof of their sightings either, but if you set them down and you talk to them, you can tell who's lying and who ain't. That's the problem. You can tell who's lying and who's not. If they're being genuine, you can hear it in their voice if it scared them. If they were, like, kind of excited and all of that and happy they seen one, you can hear it in their voice. You ask them details, they'll pick apart each detail. Tell, like, oh, it had this, this, and this. If it was quick, like, during the day and all of that. And if they seen it for a long period of time. If it was just a quick blur, it's gonna be maybe, I don't know. It was just a flash. The moment I seen it, it ran off. Type situation. But even still, they can still give you some details of what the the general color of its fur was. But anyways, let me lost my page again. Let me now read again. Filming continuously, Patterson followed the female Sasquatch while Gimlin dismounted his horse and drew his rifle. The monster. I don't really want to call Sasquatch a monster. Is Sasquatch a legend? Yes. Is Sasquatch a like it's a, well, I shouldn't say it's a legend. It's a living legend. But like, is Sasquatch this terror that movies make it out to be and all that? No. They're territorial. They act like wild animals. They act pretty much exactly like a bear. You can get close to a bear and the bear will run or walk away from you. You can do the same thing with a Bigfoot. But there's the outliers where you get close to a bear and that bear's gonna go bear and maul you. It's gonna be the same with a Bigfoot, most likely. You can get close to the Bigfoot, but Bigfoot's gonna Bigfoot, and who knows what it's gonna do. Whether it mauls you or whatever. Sasquatches have been known to bluff charge just like bears and many other animals have been known to bluff charge. Shoot, deer will bluff charge you. Sorry, Spirit bumped the thing. But calling it a monster is it's a little iffy in my book to call a creature like that a monster. There's really been no reported attacks and stuff like that, so I don't know what you could call it, but it definitely shouldn't be monster. But anyways, looked at the men briefly over its shoulder before walking into the woods. Patterson shot 100 feet of film, the last 23.85 of which were of the Bigfoot who became affectionately known as Patty. Of course, Patterson, Patty. Of course, that makes sense. The film is only 59.5 seconds long, but it is the first and best evidence that the legendary Bigfoot exists. Although many people believe the Patterson-Gimlin film to be a hoax, nothing definitive has ever been proven. Exactly. Hollywood special effects experts at the time, like Bill Munns, examined the footage and said they couldn't replicate it. See? Granted, special effects, doesn't that mean it's computer, or can it also be like what's that term? Like practical effects. Does that also work? Like deemed special effects? But even still, at that time, you don't have most of the things you see from that time is Western films, because that's the only thing they really could do. Any of or Batman too, but even still, you get. Well, there was also in the 40s Wolfman, but even still, that you could tell was a human. This creature you couldn't tell. That's the thing. And you could tell the size. Anyways, the footage may actually be of a Bigfoot. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation interviewed Gimlin on the 5th anniversary of the event. Patterson died of cancer in 1972. Wait, hold on. Damn. That's unfortunate. Only a few years after seeing a Bigfoot, but you pass away from cancer. What a way to go. Wow. That sucks. But guarantee you that's the best thing that's ever happened to him, was seeing a Sasquatch. Anyways, and he's still sticking by his story. When asked if he believes to this day he and Patterson saw Bigfoot, Gimlin said, "Yes, absolutely, no question in my mind." Obviously, why would you do you think you've seen a Bigfoot? If you actually seen one, you're gonna stick to, yes, I've seen a Bigfoot. You're not gonna go, well, maybe it's a, yeah, like, if you know it's a Bigfoot, you're gonna say, yeah, it's a Bigfoot. Where if you've seen a Bigfoot, but you think it could have easily been a bear, or might have been a bear that was standing up and just looked at you and then went down on all fours and ran away, then you're gonna say, maybe it was a bear, but that's highly unlikely, especially for this area. Stuff like that. But yeah. And then this one. Here's the second one now. Dark Watchers. The coastal Santa Lucia mountain range. Sorry if I butchered your mountain range name. Run for 105 miles from Monterey County to San Luis Obispo County. The western slopes of the mountain are covered with ponderosa pine, Santa Lucia fir, and coastal redwood. The mountains are also home to the Dark Watchers. The first people to speak of the Dark Watchers were the Chumash, no, Chumash, people, Indians. Should you be using the word Indian to describe indigenous people? Not really. I mean, yeah, some of them will will be fine with it, but most of the time they prefer just the people or nation or whatever. I mean, when you talk about the Cherokees, most people say the Cherokee Nation or the Cherokee people or tribe. You could have easily done that instead of just going Indians, but okay. And maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they asked uh, the the uh, the people, and they were like, "Yeah, call us this." Who once lived in the 200-mile stretch between Malibu and Paso Robles. Paso Robles? Robles? Okay. When European settlers first came to the region, they too saw these giant human silhouettes that stand on ridges and seem to stare across the mountains. When watched themselves, the Dark Watchers fade from sight. Legend has it that these humanoid creatures rarely appear to anyone who is carrying a gun or is dressed in weatherproof clothing. They only reveal themselves to people who wander the mountains in more old-fashioned garb. I said, I'm getting a horse. I'm getting cowboy boots. I'm getting some sort of pants. I don't like jean pants, but some sort of pants that they probably used to wear back in the day. Button-up shirt and a vest, and then a cowboy hat, and I'm taking my horse to those mountain ranges. Of course, I probably have a stink my phone to have it recording, so if we see one, all I have to do is just have it connected, strapped to the hat, so it's just. All right. Look there. Oh, was that Dark Watchers? But that's interesting. Uh, let's see. Nobel Prize winning author and California native John Steinbeck wrote about the Dark Watchers in his short story Flight, and did poet Robertson Jeffers in his poems Such Counsels Gave to Me. Although people have seen the Dark Watchers looking across the Santa Lucia Mountains for hundreds of years, when approached, these watchers vanish, leaving nothing behind, not even a footprint. Okay. That's intriguing. Okay. Okay. Like I said, 3 more. This is the last one. And actually, I have a photo for it. That's why I'm doing 3. The billiwhack monster. Yes, that's its name. The billiwhack monster. A monster terrorized Santa Paula during World War II and the years shortly after. The creature, tall and ape-like with horns like a ram, frequented the haunts around the Billiwhack Dairy and Ranch off Wheeler Canyon Road. The Billiwhack monster had long gray hair and was massively muscled. The beast was reported to throw large rocks at people and pound on the hoods of witnesses' cars, leaving dents. According to the book Ghosts of Ventura County's Heritage Valley by, I'm sorry if I mess up the name, but Evie Barrera or Barra. It's Ybarra. That's what I'm having a problem with. But The monster was allegedly the result of the government's attempts to make a super soldier in an area lab, but it escaped, although seen often throughout the 1950s and up until 1964. Sightings of the... Okay. Sorry about that. Let me... until 1964. Sightings of the billiwhack monster have grown few and quite far between. Okay, so it doesn't exist, most likely. But, I like this photo. Okay. That's the billiwhack monster. Yes, see it? Billiwhack. That's fun to say. Anyone watching this, say out loud, billiwhack. That's fun. That's a fun word. Billiwhack. I wonder who came up with that word. I wonder if some kids just went, like someone knew someone named Billy, and then they whacked him. So they went, hey Billy, whack, and it became a word. That's funny. Billy whack. Yeah. Bigfoot, I'll always say this. I most likely think it's real. So, let me know what you think about this whole, I guess, Patty situation. With, her, I guess. Because, yes, female Bigfoot, obviously. Granted, you can tell when watching the video, anyhow. Because all you have to do is do, like, Patterson-Gimlin footage, and you'll see it. Or just type in Bigfoot, and guarantee you'll find footage of it. But, no. That one, I believe. The Dark Watchers, however, that's an interesting one. Because you're up in the mountains. The higher in elevation you go, I said elevation, I meant elevation, you go, like, things can start messing with you, if that makes sense. But I don't think those mountains are super high to where you'd be hallucinating. Because the mountains in Utah are massive. But people hike those mountains and live high up on those peaks. And they don't hallucinate at all. Shoot, I'm fairly certain they may see some weird crap and all of that. But, yeah, that one's a weird one. Because maybe it's spirits of the natives in the mountain range. And they're restless because people are encroaching on their territory or where they're buried at. So they're just staring. You never know. That one's a weird one. And then the billiwhack monster. Just by saying, oh, it's a government thing, that's where I'm like, is it though? Oh, jeez. But, I think the billiwhack monster's trying to kill me, jeez. But no. That one's a weird one. Because there's not that many sightings of it, and they didn't say it was killed. So, is the billiwhack monster real? I don't know. Let me know what you think. And like always, enjoy. But yeah, so until next time, I'll see y'all in the next hunt. Bye.